And the Buckeyes will kick it away first. Here's the return from inside his 10. He had visions of glory on that return, but he'll step out of bounds at the 29. So Southern Miss's offense will go on the attack first. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Golden Eagles will hustle to the line. Off the play fake. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Back to throw, it's Vasco. Using the quick game. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Golden Eagles are rolling down the field. Pulls and fires it complete to the right.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Give to the fullback. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback on the keeper. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Here comes the field goal unit. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute, to put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to take a shot right away. Makes the grab on the left side. He's loose.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Run it with the fullback. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. And the Golden Eagles want to move quickly.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Gets rid of it. Got him downfield. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. So after the break, they'll go back to work. To throw, it's Basco. Here comes the heat. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back. You get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
The Golden Eagles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Thompson. Turns it on in midfield. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. And the Golden Eagles will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things, and
he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Wiggles free. Trying to get rid of it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. The Golden Eagles decide to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Buckeyes are facing 3rd and inches. Jukes his way for more. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Love. Picks up the first down. Finds a crease at the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Basco. Gets it out fast.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. And the Golden Eagles are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Motion from the wideout. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Here's a heat. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. The Golden Eagles will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision.
You'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
That's a great play by the defensive back, swatting away that football on that deep pass.
Wants to throw. It's Altmaier. He rifles one deep to the left. Pulls it in down the sideline. Finds some room. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. Fights off a defender. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field. This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the 2nd half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Singleton. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking to throw, it's Altmaier. Quickly out to the tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the 1st down.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And the route is on. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Defense has got to do a better job of crowding this wide receiver. They've got to know where he lines up each and every play. And then once he has the ball, they have to play with a sense of urgency and get past to the football. He's just way too dangerous in the open field.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. The give to the big fullback. They shut him down immediately. They tried to pop the fullback loose, and no running room there.
Great job by the defense that time, bowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they forced that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball carrier down.
Eyes of it, and the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's third down. You're trailing by so many points right now. And the defense is just smelling blood in the water. They're like sharks out there right now, getting after the quarterback. They've been doing that all game, by the way. And that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive, David.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggression.
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it for a big play. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Buckeyes. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And he had the extra point to finish the drive. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Give to the back. There he goes. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. They go back to work in the final period of this one. He'll pull it on the read. He has the first and still on his feet. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here lately.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. To the air, it's Basco. Got rid of it just in time. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete. And the Golden Eagles will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
On lots of running room. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. And the Buckeyes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Quarterback making adjustments. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Plows through the defense.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, fourth quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
The Buckeyes in a good spot here with second and short. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. This feels like four-down territory, third and short from the 40. Runs through the tackle. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Dropping back, it's Altmaier. Grab near the marker, it's Payne. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. He's going for the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field and lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback can do here at the end of the game to build confidence for the next time they take the field.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much good today, but build confidence, sure, but just show your team you're going to keep fighting no matter what the scoreboard says.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll run play action. And he left that one short, trying to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard to see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were down into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing a
And the Beavers will kick it off to get us underway. From inside the 10, here he comes. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will have the ball first. We've got a battle that you two are going to love, and so is everybody else for that matter. High-octane offense, stone-wall defense. As they say, something's got to give, Jesse.
Yeah, this is a classic example here of the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, right? Something has got to give, and you really got to dive into the X's and O's in a game like this because every single individual matchup on the field matters when these two teams play each other.
Yeah, and these are just fun, right? Like great versus great. Like who's going to win and what style's going to prevail. Both these teams have been able to impose their will week after week on their opponents. Now, high-powered matchup. Who's going to get the win?
Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29. Looking to pass. It's Crowder. And the quarterback will take a sack back in the 36.
The one thing I love about this defensive coordinator is that he has a lot of different exotic looks. He's not just going to rush with 4. He's not just going to rush with 3. He's not just going to blitz linebackers. This guy's blitzing DBs.
Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's hard. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Beavers will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. He threw a pick on the initial drive, but they have it back, and we're still looking for our first points of the game. Pass to Sticks, and he may get more. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Turning on the Jets. 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. He got him loose, and it was lights out after that.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets? The speed, he just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Bringing the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Crowder. They'll throw it to the back on the screen.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work.
To the ground to try to move the chains. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. The Beavers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Makes the catch. It's Humphries. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. Touchdown, Buckeyes! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll try the run. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. And the Beavers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. The Beavers need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. To the air, it's Crowder. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Beavers will line up to punt it away. He'll field it close to the 50. They've got a first down here to open the period. He might want another play. Feet in the end zone, looking to fire. He lost it high and deep down the left side.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
A lot of yardage in front of them. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Humphries. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Quarterback just flat, missed it, incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half of the home team.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To the air, it's Crowder. Pressure coming. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. Let's go. Wants to go up top. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. To the air, it's Crowder. He's got him.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, going up top. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. And the Beavers will try to pin them back with the punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Let's see what he can do with it. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. He slings it deep to the left. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Going right to work up top. Pocket breaking down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And just a short, safe pass play to pick up a few. The Beavers will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Looking downfield, it's Altmaier. He's going to fire deep. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, I always say this, when you're backed up on offense, those are some of the best opportunities to take deep shots. In all likelihood, the defense is expecting a run. You're going to try and buy your...
Oh, he's got some space. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. pass completion moves the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got it along the sideline. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Ohio State. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Caught. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
Man, you see so much of this in football now. Big body wide receivers, right? Guys that can run routes and box guys out. You want to play man-to-man coverage on me? I'll put my big body on you. You throw it near me, I'll make the contested catch.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. At the 35, he's open. Turning it on. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Crowder. Under fire. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
But we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Hit as he throws. And they can't make the connection on third down. And the Beavers line up to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Find some fresh air. Wide open spaces. Inside the 40. It's a seam wide open. Past the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The Beavers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. You just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
The Beavers are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Back to throw, it's Crowder. Got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Slips through the line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. He lets one fly deep. Makes the grab right down the middle. Finds a seam. There he goes. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
This has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer,
and they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Back to pass, it's Crowder. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front.
Brings it down on the right side to the 43-yard line, and a first down for this offense. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again.
42, Spider.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Rushes on him. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. And the Beavers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Here's a throw downfield late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Beavers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Looking deep down the right side. Intercepted deep in his own end. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Goose egg, and this should be a game ball for the defensive coordinator. They have been lights out all game long, stopping the run, stopping the passing attack to come up with a big interception to really put a stamp on this shutout late.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splash. Temple about to kick it off and get this game underway. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. The Buckeyes offense will go to work first. And David, they've got a receiver that if he's is able to command some extra attention, it could really help get this offense going.
Nah, and you need that playmaker out wide. That guy makes the whole thing go, right? Having a guy, if you want to play man-to-man coverage, he's going to beat you. And he's shown the ability to do that sometimes for this offense. And he's a guy that has the defense's attention.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's winning the Biletnikoff award necessarily, but you're right, David. When he's one-on-one, he should be able to win those matchups. And based on how he's played this season, this quarterback should feel really good and really confident when he throws his way.
Dropping back, it's Altmaier. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Makes the catch on the left. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. No matter where they are on the field, they'll go for those chunk plays, and they got one that has them set up 1st and 10 at the 42. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
The offense is trying to put the defense on their heels. On the second play of the drive, they completed a big one. And on the third play, they take another shot. Didn't come up with that one, but wouldn't surprise me if they tried again here.
They get to him as he throws.
How about that? That's already the third target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Buckeyes are marching down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. He fires one deep down the right side. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Might be changing the route. Makes the catch. It's Humphries. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Oh, out of space. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Altmaier. He's got it on the move. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the 1st time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
So the Temple Owls offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
This one's complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good 2nd down situations.
The play action fake. Finds his big tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's going to run it. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Fears the pressure. Slips a tackle. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. Temple lining up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And he will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They unleashed an aerial assault last time and took it right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you've got the offense right where you are.
The give. Oh, better look out. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Now on 2nd down. Gonna run it. It's Singleton. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Power football with the run. He's loose. Nice move. Create some space. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
And the Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Going to the run, it's Love. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Now on 3rd down, this offense has been rolling. Can the defense stand tall? They'll try to run for it. Got some room in under the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. From the gun, the ground game. Fighting off the defender. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17. And the Owls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
The Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home. And they...
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. This offense has it with really good field position. Gives it on the option. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a second and long. Trying play action. Steps away. He's going to take off. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. The Owls come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Temple lining up to punt it away. Just needs a crack to get a return.
Returners only get so many chances in a game. You really want to maximize. You want to take it to the house. You want to make those big plays. But a lot of times you forget about that small detail of securing the football. He gave it up, and thank goodness he didn't turn it over.
Give to the running back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
The Buckeyes need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. The pitch. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Makes the grab. It's White. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I think you
You see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They go to the ground. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. They go back to work in the final period of this one. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Quarterback running on the draw. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And how about the QB? We haven't seen it all game long, man. Nice job coming up big in a big moment in the fourth quarter. He says, nobody there, takes off, does it with his feet, and gets the first down.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Now the toss. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Great job by the back on the option.
It looks like the offense just had the defense confused on that option play. Nobody accounting for the pitch man. Running back able to walk in.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets him.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Temple lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Looking to throw, it's Altmaier. Gonna take a shot. On target to the left. Open spaces. There he goes. The tag. And they're gonna put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Temple takes over and the offense will return to the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down.
6 remain. Here we go.
Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Played till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. And the Jayhawks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. So Ohio State's offense will have the opening possession of the game. And, David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him. But, Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think
He's got it down the left. It's a running room. And he eluded the defense, and they'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Forget establishing the run game. Go up top right now, play one, be aggressive. You told everybody all week, we're going to come out, we're going to be aggressive, and they are. They take the shot, they get rewarded. One play, one touchdown. What a start.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Kansas offense will try to get something started with their first possession. To the air. With the catch, it's Thomas. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The Jayhawks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off cover. Tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle from us.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And the Jayhawks will have a first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Rides the back on the option. The give. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Lance Leipold is a 6-time national champion at the Division III level, but last season a step back for the Jayhawks as they were plagued by turnovers and close losses.
Yeah, and Jalen Daniels just needs to stay healthy. This is a guy at quarterback that when he does, and he's playing at a high level, this offense is just up and down the field. They're lighting up the scoreboard. They got to keep him healthy. He's got to be consistent. If they do that, Jayhawk fans will be cheering a lot.
Well, I think that's the thing that's fun, though. If you're a rock-chalk Jayhawk fan now, you know you've got an exciting offense. You win a few more close games a year ago. There's no telling what that season could have been. So still a lot of reason to be excited about being a Kansas Jayhawk fan.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down. And this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. The Jayhawks send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Here's the handoff. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Making side adjustments here. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. So first down here as they go back to work. Looking for a man. It's Altmaier. Gets it to him on the screen. At midfield, he's got room. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling the pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
I'll tell you, when you got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Turns on the Jets, and he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Under fire. Snagged out of the air. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. Moore will throw. Here comes the heat. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Back to pass. Here's the heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And how about that back-to-back sack? You want 2 sacks in a game. That's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Slips away. Took a shot as he threw.
And on 3rd down, QBs just have to play a little bit faster. You're anticipating blitz. You know you're probably going to have to get rid of this football just a little bit sooner. I think the quarterback held on to it just a tad long, and that helped lead to the incompletion.
They punted away on 4th down. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Looking for a huge play. Got it in stride inside the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for space, it's Bishop. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. The Kansas offense returns to the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They'll go with the direct snap. He did not make it a stonewall on 3rd down. And the Jayhawks decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll take it on the return. Makes a move. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself with the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs, and this play caller is still asking for shots.
He wants to go deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one.
He wants to take the top off. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Snagged in the middle. It's Jenkins.
And what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
He He's got it on the right. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
More to the air. Gets away. But he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Jayhawks will call on their punt team. Here's the return. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. First play of the drive, wants to throw. The sure hands, it's White. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense has it. They're on the move. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Back to throw, it's Altmaier. Unloads it left. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he is brought down, but what a way to finish this quarter with the pick. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. The give on the option. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them, they're dead.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
I'll tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team. And now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
Quickly to the tight end. Turning on the Jets. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. He's been so so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback making checks. To throw, it's Altmaier. He fires to the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Wants to throw it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And the defense gets the big 3rd down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on 4th down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. Like, these are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He makes the grab. Makes the grab, and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking down the middle. Wide open downfield. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Bringing the heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They'll try to pass it in. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. They got him! It's a sack! Took a chance to try to score the touchdown, and they'll get nothing. Scanning the field, it's Altmaier. Fires to the right. Got his man downfield. Oh, he's got some space. Smashes through the tackle. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive. They've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his man. It's Singleton. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. He's got it on the run. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. What a cannon this dude has for an arm.
And there's nothing more frustrating than you watch a Hail Mary and they don't get into the end zone, or they throw it out of the back of the end zone. Great job by the quarterback. You got to put that thing way up in the air, and he does, and his receiver comes down with it. What a play.
Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thomas. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take back over at the 44. After this play, the cake will be baked. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw. It's Altmaier. Pressure coming. Takes a hit as he fires. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around. And the Trojans will put total leather to crank us up. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Ohio State's offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country. But when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going. So it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
Offense changing the play. Looking to throw. It's Altmaier. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And the Buckeyes are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds. The Trojans offense has its first opportunity of the day. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. Two guys we know are going to play at the next level, but I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He's into the open down the middle. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And the defense
defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D-linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a gamer.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Using his legs, it's Thomas. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at that drive, and first of all, the drive was awful. They're all going to look at the drive and say it was awful, but how about the giving up on 3rd down? I mean, you got 3rd and long, and you're trying to sneak a run in, and this drive, this possession, it was disastrous for the offense. And now you just hope you have enough space to get a punt.
The Trojans will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They'll run it out of the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on 3rd down. Oh, they're after him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Blasted as he lets it go. And they can't connect, a costly turnover on downs. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On the move, it's Thomas. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
To the air, it's Altmaier. Finds his tight end. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give from the gun. And the defense makes the stop after. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Singleton. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. And the Buckeyes back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Touchdown, Ohio State. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the 1st half.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. 3rd down play from the gun. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the 2nd half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Working that wide receiver screen. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. The Trojans are moving quickly down the field. Looking to pass. It's Mendoza. Got a man. It's Key. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Boom. Now the play fake. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's open on the right. Turning it on. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. He's got it on the move. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense. How about this goal-to-go defense? Great job first down, meeting the physical challenge. Nowhere to go. 2nd down, ready for the pass. This defense really bowing their neck on an important part of the field.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
That's 2 plays in a row now. I think this quarterback's been a bit too greedy. Down by the goal line. I know you want to throw a touchdown. You want to make the highlight-type play, but you've got to be smart. You've got to know the situation. You've got to throw the ball away if nobody's open.
Smashes it between the uprights. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Looking for a gap. It's Love. Finding an escape route. Got a lot of room to the right. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Cross the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds, and that's where the offense will go to work. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. They're setting up the screen. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. And the Trojans moving quickly to the line.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Fires to the tight end. He is stopped short of the line to gain. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. A running back has it. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2, 3, and 4-yard gains in the 1st and 2nd quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. They'll move the wide receiver. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smug. And the Dukes will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will have the football first. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. They're going to go right back to him on first down. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Still on his feet at the 45. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
Leaves it with the back. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing.
Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And here's the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that'll send us to the second quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
To the air, it's Raiola. Got it in the middle, it's White.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, it's Locke. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Checks it down to the back. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You talk about ball control offense. This offense just held the ball for the whole first quarter and then some. Strung a drive together, making the great plays when they needed them. That's a great opening statement from this offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Dukes offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking field.
I think the big question then is how is this offense going to have any balance in this game. They need to find creative ways to run the football. We've seen this linebacker shut down much better running back.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Dukes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Brown will throw it. Still looking. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. Wants to throw on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Kick is in the air. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his own 20. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. They'll open this third quarter with a run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Brown wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Out of the gun, the inside give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Dukes need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Dukes have their offense in high gear. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Firing to the right, complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to pass. The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. He lost one down the sideline. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on second down and maybe put this thing away. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, the running back has it.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yards. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The give to the back. Creates a little room. Wide open spaces. They'll make the stop, but that first down on to Isaac, they should be able to kneel this one out. Right back to the well. Oh, he's got a chance. It's a seam wide open.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Away to start. Here's the return from inside his 10. He gets a block. He found some really good running room on that one. It just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. The Buckeyes offense will go on the attack first. The give to the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Runs through a tackle. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46. And the Buckeyes come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back gets the give. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. On the run, still looking. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
These guys aren't human. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Can't get him to the ground. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. The run from the shotgun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you won't give them the football, and they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Ole Miss offense will get the ball for the first time. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking core.
I think the big question then is, how is this offense going to have any balance in this game? They need to find creative ways to run the football. We've seen this linebacker shut down much better running backs than what they have on offense. So, David, they're going to have to find ways to still get their backs touches, but try to keep them away from this guy because he is a heat-seeking missile.
He is, and he's sideline to sideline. He's good in the pass. He's good in the run. Like, he really is hard to get away from. Maybe read himself, but, you know.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense picks it up. Touchdown, Ohio State. The defense putting points on the board.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you. They knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping two hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just a great job on the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He takes it at the 45. And the returner will be knocked down. One more snap coming before halftime. Handoff from the gun. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And the Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
They'll power it inside with the fullback. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. The Rebels are in the hurry-up.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Throws for the tight end. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Under fire. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And how about this defense, man? They just keep making plays. Another forced turnover, and another touchdown. Man, they don't just scoop these fumbles up. They're scooping them up with the intent to score. Their second fumble return for a touchdown today.
Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. They'll start this drive going to the air. Gets away. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Second down, he'll throw it. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's going up top here late in the game. Snatches it on the right. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires one high and deep. Picked off to stop the threat. Takes it the other way. He's inside the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Gives it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to him on the ground. There he goes. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, this defense is eyeing the scoreboard. You know they're looking up there. They want to keep this goose egg intact. They've been so good all game long. Still playing with phenomenal effort here in the fourth quarter, creating that fumble and takeaway.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today. Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Number 19 on the field.
Raiders will put total leather and will get started. From inside the 10, here he comes. He only needs a sliver of daylight, and he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. So Ohio State's offense will go on the attack first. And this is a matchup that we've been talking about coming into this. High-powered offense squaring off against a defense that is more than capable of shutting them down. This one's going to be fun, David.
Yeah, and this defense has been able to do that. Like every offense they've faced, they've played great. They take away what you do best. Obviously, Palmer, on that other side, this is a high-powered offense. They're really, really good. How does this matchup unfold?
You're right, David, and I think as the season's gone on, this is a matchup that we've circled on our calendar, knowing that these two teams are going to square off and face each other. So many guys on the field today are going to play in the National Football League. There's a lot of experience on both sides of the ball. This one's going to be fun to watch.
The Buckeyes lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Look out, he's got room. Hits him with a stiff arm. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, they stripped it out. Oh, and he not only gets the ball back, he's also got enough for the first down. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. To the air, it's Fowler DiColosi. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. And the Red Raiders have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He'll pull it on the read. Breaks the tackle. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Red Raiders will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He'll look it in inside his 40. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The give out of the gun. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. And the Buckeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Goes down at the 17. And the Red Raiders now with a long way to go to they'll go to the ground. Oh, a lot of space. A little more space space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Bauer Nicolosi. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The Red Raiders with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Lost to fire on second down. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Red Raiders are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. The give as they work on that clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback.
And this is the part of the game where you could really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the 4th quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Quarterback takes a knee.
I love the awareness by the defense there. 3rd and long, everybody in the building thinking this is going to be a pass. But up front, they were very, very aware that they might see run. And they did a really good job playing with their eyes. They rally to the ball, they get the TFL, and now they set up 4th and long.
And on 4th down, they'll come up and take a knee.
Man, so many people always say, go for it, go for it, go for it. Well, you do have to deal with the negative side of that, too. And when you don't get it, maybe you have an opportunity to get points. A lot of these things have to come into the equation. Not every game do.
Oh, it's picked off at the worst possible time. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee.
it.